Today we are going to discuss the topic leadership. The aim of this class is to teach about leadership, its type, traits, and its principles. First of all, we have to discuss the definition of leadership. There are a number of definitions for leaderships. That is, leadership is a process of influencing the behavior of others towards the accomplishment of goals in a given situation. Or leadership is a process by which a person motivates and guides the group towards a visualized goal. Or leadership is an art of influencing a group of people in such a way that they voluntarily submit to the leader. Or leadership is an act of lifting a person's performance to a higher standard by building his personality beyond the normal conditions. Therefore, leadership involves three things, that is, the leader, the follower, and the situation. A common definition of leadership states that the process through which leaders influence the attitude, behavior, and values of others. It was given by Hagen et al. In 1998. According to Bhagavad Gita, you who are a leader of man must set an example. Next, we have to discuss the leadership styles. A leadership style refers to a leader's way of providing direction, implementing plans, and motivating people. Your style describes how you lead. There are many different leadership styles. No one style is correct for all situations. The leader makes decisions through three distinct styles. They are autocratic style, democratic style, and laissez-faire style. Autocratic leaders like to keep the decision making power to themselves. On the other extreme, the laissez-faire leader allows the followers or employees to make all the decisions. In the middle of these two, the democratic leaders allows for more participation in decision making processes. These three styles of leaderships were identified by Kutzlewin and colleagues through leadership decision experiments in 1939. Who are excellent leaders? Excellent leaders know how to use the correct leadership style for a given situation. Excellent leaders help individuals recognizing and maximizing their full potential as team members. Excellent leaders energize and encourage people by helping them to create a meaningful sense of purpose and direction in their work. Excellent leaders are learners and they have the capacity to develop and improve their skills. There are a large number of leadership traits. Some of them are physical, mental, and psychological alertness, endurance, decisiveness, dependability, enthusiasm, initiative, integrity, loyalty, justice, bearing, courage, tactful, usefulness, knowledge of men, sense of humor, truthfulness, humanity and sympathy, patience and a sense of urgency as appropriate, self-confidence and maturity. Next, we have to discuss the characteristics of an effective leader. The first one is the drive for change and improvement. Leaders are rarely satisfied with the way things are going on. They have the drive to constantly improve. They are never satisfied with the status quo but believe that with a bit of effort, things could be much better. Leaders are change agents. Second one is the experiment and take risks. A leader is not afraid of failure, believing that failure is never the end of the road, but merely a stepping stone to eventual success. During an interview with Thomas Alva Edison, an young reporter asked the inventor how many experiments he had to conduct before he finally invented the light bulb. Edison replied that he figured that it took nearly 10,000 experiments. You mean that you failed 9,999 times before you finally succeeded? Remarked the young interviewer. Then Edison snapped, I never once failed. I merely found 9,919 ways not to invent the light bulb. The third one is envision of the future. A leader has a future orientation, an eye for what might be. This is not an empty, wishful thinking for things to be better. The leader agrees with the saying, if wishes were horses, baggage would ride. A leader does not just wish for a better future. Instead, he or she forms a vision of what that better future could be and has a general idea of how to get there. The situation of the future has a definite form for the leader. He or she can see that what the changed situation looks like. He or she can feel it and know exactly what it would be like to live in that better situation. Fourth one is enlist others to follow. An individual can be a leader only if he or she has people who are really to follow his or her lead. Therefore, to be a leader, one has not only to form a vision of a better future, but also to persuade others to come along on that to march to that future. This means that a leader has to be a salesperson. The potential followers are customers. The envisioned future is what the leader is selling. Fifth one is foster collaborations. A leader cannot make the envisioned future real by him or herself. The leader negotiates with the followers over what step they should all take to make it happen. No leader brings about a better future on his or her own. Sixth one is fostering teamwork. A leader realizes that a group of individuals, each doing their own things, does not succeed like a team of individuals working together. Instead, a leader tries to create a cooperative atmosphere in which followers collaborate to build the future. Seventh one is lead by an example. Leaders lead by an example because they know that the lowest standards of behavior they exhibit are the highest standards that they can expect from their people. A leader must practice what he or she preaches. He or she walks, he or she talks. A leader realizes that The followers will do as he or she does, not just what he or she says. Eighth one is build commitment to action. The leader knows that if he or she wants to change things, he or she must make sure that followers have the commitment to the proposed change. Ninth one is recognize contributions. A leader knows that to motivate his or her followers, he or she must reward the effect of his or her followers. This reward need not be monetary. The leader focuses more on the efforts than the results. 10th, celebrate accomplishments. Tom Peters reports that those organizations that he found to be excellent always take time to recognize staff contributions and to celebrate accomplishment. Obviously, a leader knows that he or she must be sincere in doing this. People know when your actions are just window dressing. 11th one, foster conflict resolutions. Effectively handle the disagreements and conflict. Settles disputes by focusing on solving the problems without offending egos. Leaders should provide support and expertise to others in managing people. Next, we have to discuss the different principles to develop leadership qualities. The first one is know yourself and seek self-improvement. You can strengthen your leadership abilities by reading, self-study, taking appropriate classes, interacting with others, etc. The second one is be technically proficient. As a leader, you must know your job and have a solid familiarity with your employees' jobs. Third one, seek responsibility and take responsibility for your actions. Search for ways to guide your organizations to new heights. And when things go wrong, do not blame others. Analyze the situation, take corrective action, and move to the next challenge. Fourth one, make sound and timely decision. Use good problem solving, decision making, and planning tools. Fifth one, keep your people informed. Know how to communicate with employees, senior management, and other key peoples within the organization. Sixth one, develop a sense of responsibility in your people. Develop good character traits with your people that will help them to carry out their professional responsibilities. Seventh one, ensure that tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. Communication is the key to this responsibility. Learn to communicate clearly. Eighth one, train your people as a team. Although many so-called leaders call their organization, departments, sections, etc. as a team, they are really just a group of people doing their jobs. Good leaders build solid teams. Ninth one, use full capabilities of your organization. By developing a team spirit, you will be able to employ your organization, department or section, etc. to its fullest capabilities. 10th one, set an example. Be a good role model for your employees. They must not only hear what they are expected to do, but see you by doing it. 11th one, know your employees and look out for their well-being. Understand the importance of sincerely caring for your workers. Leaders make people feel safe by giving them confidence that they have their best interest at heart. They are able to do this because they know their people. They spend time to them not just about work, but about the important things in their life. 12th one, practice acceptance. Acceptance is simply non-judgmental understanding. So practice acceptance. 13th one, improve listening skill. Choose to listen. Be an effective listener. Do not interpret unless unnecessary. Listening requires focus. You are paying attention to the story, how it is told, use of language, and the voice, body language. Summarize to verify the mutual understanding even where there is disagreement. Do not impose your solutions. You can ask if they are interested. 14th one, practice empathy. Recognize the emotions of others. Have awareness of others' needs and what. Consider others' feelings as factors in decision making. Attempt to put yourself in someone's shoes to feel and understand the patient's perspective. So, to become a good leader, do your SWOT analysis today. Concentrate your strength. Recognize your weakness. Evaluate your opportunities and research on your threats. Some references: Youth Leadership and Training Program. Reference materials in the Introduction of Leadership prepared by SAC Business and Personal Development, Addis Ababa, August 2008. Second one, www.leadershipforces.com. Third one, Global Journal of Management and Business Studies, 2013.